Houston Heat has the best record of any team over the past 2 seasons, as they have won 4 out of the 10 PSP events that they played in since their creation. But this year, Heat has been reformed, as they needed to replace 3 of the starting 5 when they lost their Russian stars to the new PSP team Art Chaos. But they went out and secured some of the most coveted stars in the game, bringing in Thomas Taylor from Excessive, and Ryan Moorhead, Tim Montresor, and Greg Sewers from Edmonton Impact. Rookie Keith DeVitt has come over from Omaha Vicious as well. With all these new star imports, the team has a chance to win events right away. They have all the tools they need to win again. Excellent owner support, a great coach in Jason Trojan, a team chock full of talent, and a great work ethic. Sam Monville has been a big part of the team's effort since their first tournament, and Chad George is widely considered one of the best snake players in paintball. He has weapons in depth in every position, and there's no reason they shouldn't be a favorite to win events yet again. The Los Angeles Ironmen are one of the oldest and most legendary teams in the game today, who have won championships in 3 different eras. But it's been over 4 years since they've won a tournament. That could change in 2014, as they will be fielding their most potent lineup since 2007. Shane Pastana has come back to lead the team, and he has brought with him the strongest players from San Jose Royalty, as the 2 teams have merged their rosters. Stars Alex Goldman and Marcelo Margot are 2 of the best players on the team, and they will be the backbone of the Ironmen's attack. Having the 2 of them on the field will be trouble for any team that they face. But the overall success of the Ironmen will hinge on how fast they can cultivate that new young talent and how quickly they can forge a consistent roster. They will have many solid support players to choose from in Mike Paxton, Eric Humphreys, and Alex Rodriguez, and they have a bunch of young talent fighting for the rest of the roster spots. In the practices up to the event, it has been 17-year-old Brandon Cornell who has looked the best, and he could be a big star if he stays on his trajectory. With their new look and refined focus, they could be a favorite to win an event in 2014.
I'm here with Mike Paxton of Ironmen. You guys are about to battle it out with Heat on day 2 here for our second match. You guys lost both of your matches yesterday. How are you feeling coming into today?
We're feeling real good. We had a good game against Dynasty. I felt like we kind of gave that away. We really needed that game, so all the rest is we have to win regardless. There's no losing now.
Definitely. And you guys do have a lot of new players on your team. Do you think it's just time getting the rhythm together and getting that on-field chemistry?
Yeah, I feel, we're all really gelling really good together. We're all get along great. Off the field, we're awesome. Yeah, I think once we get just a little bit more cohesiveness, I think we'll be great.
All right, well, we'll see if they can get that cohesiveness. We still got 5.5 minutes till this match. We'll see who takes it.
Welcome back here. Second game of Saturday's competition, 2014 PSP Dallas Open. I'm Matty Marshall alongside Steve Rabikoff and Chris Lasoya. Right now we're about to watch Houston Heat take on the Los Angeles Ironmen. We're going to go throw 20 minutes on that regulation clock here and see who is going to win this race to 7 points. Houston Heat, they went 1-1 yesterday, and the Ironmen did not have a good day yesterday. They went 0-2 with that new lineup, but hey, it's going to take time. Both these teams actually during massive rebuilds, huge, gigantic rebuilds. Houston Heat has won 4 of the 10 tournaments that they've played in since their existence in this incarnation of Houston Heat. And they had to replace some of their superstars in the offseason, so they went and picked up some more superstars. They got Thomas Taylor from Excessive, picked him up. He was playing great in the practices leading up to the event. And then also they picked up Greg Sewers from Edmonton Impact, along with Tim Montresor and Ryan Moorhead. So Heat is stacked up. 1-1 yesterday. Ironmen merged with Royalty, bunch of young, up-and-coming killers on that team. So who's going to step up for the Ironmen remains to be seen. They also have Marcelo Margot and Alex Goldman, two of the best in the business out there, and the best coach ever in the history of the game, Shane Pestana. Let's check in with Lauren Kelly on the sidelines.
I am here with Tim Montresor on the field. They're about to go battle it out against Ironmen. Now, you guys had a pretty good day yesterday, but you did lose to Shock, which was quite a shock, no pun intended. But how are you guys feeling going into today?
Well, we really need to win both games today, so we've had a lot of meetings, gone over the field again. I think we're pretty prepared now. So. What
were some of the issues you saw yesterday that you're definitely trying to fix today to make sure you play at that high level? Well,
they're shooting us on the go. When we played Shock, I mean, they're just taking all the spots. We weren't shooting them. So they're getting out wide and just trapping us and containing us. So we just got to shoot a little bit better today. We kind of have it with different plays, sitting out in different spots, so it should help us.
Are you expecting Ironmen to come out with any plays specifically?
No, I mean, they have a little bit of variety. They take a little bit more ground than, let's say, Dynasty or Aftershock or Vicious. I mean, so we kind of set up for a couple more guns to spread that, shoot all the guys who are going wide.
All right, we'll see who gets his first point in Heat versus Ironmen.
30 seconds to go before the start of this first point here. You're looking at Houston Heat and their lineup. They're starting John Woodley. John Woodley, young up-and-coming star. Man, I love John Woodley. He's got gumption.
Look at that pose.
Yeah, that kid. He knows the camera's on him. Yeah, he had some pretty amazing thing happen to him. Well, actually horrible. He dislocated his shoulder in World Cup, but he played an entire point with his shoulder completely out of joint. So he's a tough kid. On the flip side, the Ironman, look at that, the beard. Alex Rodriguez, #3. Watch for him up the center. He had some awesome run-throughs yesterday, so rightfully so, they're giving him the start. And here comes Alex Goldman getting out wide for the Ironman. It looks like Heat dropping a body off the break. 4 players left alive for them. But the Ironman first to strike over here on the Snake side as they get Alex Goldman right away to the 50-yard line. Snake. Ooh, and it looks like he might have got a shot on Sam Monville. Back corner bunker dies for Heat. That's Thomas Taylor walking off. 3 players left alive for Houston Heat. They're trapped in the center though, Rap.
Yeah, the Ironmen are looking real good here. Right here at Snake 50, got the Heat corner locked down, so they're in a good position right now. And you say that with the Heat loses another player, so Ironmen are definitely in command of this game. And here goes Sam Monville getting eliminated, so it's a 5-on-1. It looks like.
Yeah, and it looks like Alex Goldman over here unabated on the Snake side. Ironman did lose Alex Rodriguez in the center. But here comes Marcelo Margot. Marcelo Margot going to try to close the gap and take out the last player. Nice job by Marcelo Margot. Always in contention for the past 2 years for the Top Gun title. One of the best players on earth. He struggled yesterday, though. Marcelo did not have his typical awesome performance yesterday.
It's going to be tough this year because, like we talked about, he's got a lot of young players that he's trying to bring up to get to that high level. And his game's going to get affected here and there, and rightfully so. Yeah,
I do agree. It's tough, man. When you start emerging from that, okay, I'm the young up-and-coming guy, and then you become, okay, now you're not the young up-and-coming guy because Marcel's been doing this for a long time, but then now you're the star. But then you, after a couple years of that, then now you have to become a leader. So he's in that transition. It is difficult. There's more to worry about. But still, Marcel played that first point awesome. Nice job by the Ironmen. Score is 1-0. We'll be right back after this.
Ever wonder why you feel so great after purchasing from buypbl.com? We stock and test only the best to be sold directly to you. And once our team of experts deems that your order is complete, it gets the stamp. Once your order is packed, our team of shippers will get you your goods fast. Ooh, yeah. Never have a bad shopping experience again. Shop at buypbl.com. Feel free, alive, and incredibly rich.
Man, I love the by PBL commercials.
I love that commercial.
Yeah, help us support the sport, man. Support the sponsors. Go to Buy PBL for all of your paintball needs, and also support the Canadian X-Ball League, man. They do some awesome stuff up north.
They do, man.
So let's check out this game matchup on paper. Houston Heat does look better than the Ironmen because the Ironmen have a lot of young, unproven guys. So you can see that the attacking for the Ironmen is definitely much higher than their defending, finishing, and clutch. Though you still got to give guys like Mike Paxton, guys like Alex Rodriguez. But actually, Alex Rodriguez isn't his special talent so far has been attacking out of the backfield. So that actually goes more to their attacking, not so much to their defending. Houston Heat just has so many vets that it's tough not to give them high ranks across the board. At least on paper, but it all comes down to what's happening out there right now. And right now, the Ironmen dominated that first point. So let's see if they can keep it up here. 18:57 left to go. The Ironmen looks like they lose a body off the break. That's the vet Mike Paxton taking the walk early, and they also lost another body on that D side. And it was Chris Catt, who came over from San Jose Royalty.
Yeah, Chris Catt playing very, very well on that D side of the field. Right in your screen right now, that is Chad George going to work for Houston Heat.
He knows that Ironman don't have a snake corner. As I say that, he goes right to the snake corner. So good move on Ironman covering him in the snake there. So, but Chad George is going to start going to work here.
Yeah, Houston Heat doubling up the snake. Oh, but Sam Monville, he gets shot out of snake one. So it's just Chad George in the snake. And he has, so looking at Brandon Cornell. Now, Brandon Cornell, the guy who's facing Chad George there, Brian Cornell, right-hand portion of your screen. Brandon Cornell was playing stellar. He's only 17 years old and really looked good in practice, but we'll see how he does when the spotlight is shining on him. That's always the big question when these young up-and-coming guys start getting onto the main stage here. And he's playing a guy who's been there and done that in Chad George. But here comes Brandon Cornell. Cornell comes down, assassinates Chad George. Then he gets taken out in the process by the back corner bunker, Tim Montresor.
Great move by Brandon Cornell, because now puts Ironman 2-on-1 against Tim Montresor in this snake corner here. So
yeah, that was definitely a good move. You got to take out that thorn in your side. And then here comes the Ironman now moving into the snake. Number 17, Toke Hamill, who's actually played on the Ironman before and then went back to Royalty, so now he's back on Ironman again. And he had to fight through a really badly sprained ankle, but played well here in this point. So nice job by the Ironmen. They are getting a really good start here against Houston Heat. And it's Marcelo Margot again over there alive on that snake side. 4 confirmed kills for Marcelo. So, you know, he really knew he needed to come and step it up today, and he's doing just that here in these first 2 points. Let's look at this replay here. That's Chad George and Brandon Cornell, the 17-year-old. Possible sensation, we'll see, but looked real good right there. Executing Chad George, that's exactly what he needed to do, Rab, like you said. Take out the thorn in your side, make it a 2-on-1, and try to isolate that back corner bunker by taking out his front player. Good job by Brandon Cornell, Marcelo Margot, and Toke Hamill to finish off that point. Score 2-0. We'll be right back after this. This game brought to you by Pro Edge Paintball. Since we're in Texas, man, got to support those Texas companies. Pro Edge, got a store in Houston. And John Jackson actually is going to be playing on VCK coming up here in a little bit. So definitely shout out to Pro Edge Paintball in Houston Heat. And in Houston, great supporter of the sport. Let's check out Marcelo Margot, one of the best, man. 17 confirmed kills for him this event. Kill to death ratio is pretty good, but the problem is that he had some penalties yesterday, made a couple of mental mistakes, very rare for him. And he's a very composed man for his age. I think he's 23 now or 22, and you know, wise beyond his years. And for the past 2 seasons, he came back from he's blown his ACL out twice, but is able to come back from it. The doctor told him he'd never play paintball again. He's proved them wrong. One of the best success stories in the game. And here we go, the Ironmen making big moves all the way. That's Alex Goldman. Talk about awesome players, man. Here he comes. Alex Goldman stabs the 50-yard line snake for Houston Heat. Ronnie Dizon walking off. And then also on that chaos, it looks like, I think that was Thomas Taylor.
You know, right now, on this snake side of the field, there is nobody on the snake side of the field for either team. So both sides of the field open. Number 15 taking the walk. That's Labara for Los Angeles Ironmen. So this whole side of the snake field open. The battle of attrition now is on the far side, Dorito side. You see both teams locking it up, Maddie.
Which is interesting because, sorry to interrupt you there, Chris, the snake side is completely dead. It's been the Dorito side that's been getting wiped out point after point.
Yeah.
And now the snake side is just here wide open. So
When-
and
now
on this field, we talked about that it can happen.
What you need to do, now one of the teams has got to get up to that center A. They got to get up there and shut it down. Number 2 right there.
Shane Pastana.
That's Shane Pastana. Get up the field. He knows this, though. He is smart enough, but
And he's looking like he's trying to creep that move.
Yeah.
Whoever gets that A first is going to win this game.
Oh, Shane almost got caught. Shane had to head check and dive away from one there, back into his bunker. Ref in there checking him out, see if he's clean. Oh, but it looks like Keith DeVitt is taking the walk, and he got shot there trying to wrap around and get a shot on Shane. So Shane Pastana still alive. It's 2-on-2 right now, but then Shane gets
taken
shot.
out. Here comes Houston Heat.
So Shane gets shot out of his bunker right there, leaving one Ironman player left alive. And then it looks like, do we have a one-on-one?
It is a one-on-one.
Marcelo Margot takes a shot on.
Takes out Ryan Moore. Is that Ryan?
Yeah, Ryan Moorhead. So Marcelo Margot is really, really good at one-on-ones. He's won tournaments in this situation. He's always the guy that any team he's ever played on, they put out for these one-on-ones. I don't want to jinx him, but I'm just telling you how it's been in the past. And he just made an awesome shot on Ryan Moorhead. So let's see if Chad Boucher can take on Marcelo Margot, because that's the matchup on the field right now. And Houston Heat needs this point. Chad Boucher needs to step up right now and get a shot into Marcelo Margot, who has 5 confirmed kills already in this matchup and has looked phenomenal this morning. He really came to play paintball here on Saturday.
Well, look for Marcelo. He's going to try and get to the center and kind of lock him in that corner. I don't look for him going forward for those Doritos. I would like to see him go to the center and lock him into that corner. That way he has a lot more free reign to do what he has to do.
I totally agree, Chris. That's actually a great call right there. Marcelo just loaded his last pod, but now first to the punch is Chad Boucher. That's what he needed to do. He needed to get out of that island over there, and he was able to do it. So now Marcelo makes a move to a Dorito. The D-side Doritos are good, though, in one-on-ones, if you can play them tight, though. With the stand-up, you have to come out on that side, and the way you angle your gun, sometimes those Doritos help you out. It totally depends on the player, though. Chad Boucher in that stand-up right there. Backfield for Houston. He's going to back up off that bunker. That's actually a smart way to play. He jumps over the top.
Yeah, you don't have to play so close. You got room to move back and open up the vision a little bit.
Absolutely, because the farther you come back up off that bunker, it enables you to switch hands quicker, and you're not letting the bunker play you. You're playing the bunker. Bunkers just exist to put between you and paintballs. You're not worried about anybody else other than that one guy now, since it's a one-on-one situation. So nice job by Chad so far. He snapped shooting like a maniac over there. Marcelo posted up on his right hand. Now he switches to his left hand here. Marcelo Margot left-handed against Chad Boucher right-handed.
And Chad Boucher is actually a pretty good one-on-one player too, Maddie. I mean, I've played with him. He's a great guy. So this is a great chess match right here.
Yeah, I love watching one-on-ones, man. It's it's the most dynamic element of the game. Oh, I thought for a second Chad might have got a shot on Marcelo. Here we go, tense moments. Big
like
must
Chad
win.
Doesn't have much,
They're both out of paint.
Must win situation for Houston Heat right
Look for
now.
Marcelo to come inside. He's going to come inside that small Dorito, or the Dorito inside of
To
him.
the big Dorito, yeah.
That's the big Dorito inside. He's going to go to Marcelo's left, our right on the screen.
Marcelo left-handed right now against Chad, right-handed. Now Marcelo switches back to the right hand.
But Marcelo needs to also realize he is up 2-0, and he's got to know that Chad needs this point. He's got to come get him and realize that. So Chad needs this.
That's a good point,
Chad
Steve.
needs this more. Like Marcelo can play this out for the rest of the minutes if he wants to.
Yeah.
We've seen it.
Marcelo is not in a hurry. They're up 2. 2 is not a really big point spread, though, on this field. But, yeah, you're right. They are winning the game. But 13 minutes is 13 minutes. I think that is not going to happen. We could maybe get another minute or 2 out of this. They are running out of paint. They're going to start picking up paintballs pretty soon off the ground. That's when it gets real interesting. But tense moments here. Chad on your screen right now. Gunfighting Marcelo, and then Marcelo's going to make the move, and it looks like Marcelo might have got the drop in on him, but Chad rightly was able to switch around, and then he finally gets a shot on him. Marcelo Margot pulling off that one-on-one victory for the Los Angeles Ironmen as they go up 3, and that's why Marcelo's one of the best.
Yeah. Marcelo played it amazing. Chad, when he went around, you got to keep that gun up. You put that gun down a little bit. You got to keep that gun up at all times.
Still, Chad played it pretty good, man. He
did.
played a pretty good one-on-one battle right there, but just didn't have enough in the tank for Marcelo. And it's look at all the Ironmen. So happy for Marcelo and happy for themselves. And that is always a huge confidence boost to your team. And that's why it's bigger than just that point.
Yep.
It's more than that. It's about the momentum. Let's check out the replay here. Marcelo's going to make the move very quick. Gets across that open lane. Chad, though, does a good job of realizing that he lost him, and so he tries to push to his right and use that bunker to put between him and Marcelo, but Marcelo he went out a little bit too right. So there's Marcelo Margot. He almost won the Top Gun last year, lost it at World Cup, and then he lost the World Cup. He lost the Top Gun at World Cup in 2012 as well. So and we just saw why Marcelo is one of the best. Hats off to him. We'll be right back after this. Score 3-0. So we're back here, 12 minutes and 34 seconds to go. This game, again, brought to you by Pro Edge Paintball. Got a great store in Houston. Shout out to John from Pro Edge Paintball. So the Ironmen looking dominant against Houston Heat. Houston Heat just can't find an answer for them this morning. And the Ironmen are up that dreaded 3-point spread. Looks like they're going to let Marcelo Margot take a much-deserved rest after that one-on-one victory against Chad Boucher. But they have Alex Goldman, Alex Rodriguez, Toke Hamill, Chris Catt, and John Kolkman out there. So now
Chad George is taking on the break. Ironman was one on the break, so it's 4-on-4, but here comes a running ref. That's not usually a good sign.
No, the running ref never is a good sign.
Especially when it's a bigger one, because you know they don't want to run.
And look at this. Here comes Rodriguez. He knows that the snake side is wide open.
And he knows this move right here well. He knows this move well, but he gets taken out right there, also trading with John Woodley.
So that's a good move here for Ironman still, because snake side is wide open. Houston, he has nobody over here.
Yeah, but look for Alex Goldman to run down the snake as he's going to, all the way down to their side of the field. He can turn around the side, turn the corner, and shoot across the field. Now he should have free reign on a lot of people. Oh, Alex Goldman getting clipped out, but also...
But I think he got that kill cross field on Mondo.
He did get that cross field. But I think it's one-on-one again.
It's
no, it's a 2-on-1. Yeah, Chris Catt still alive.
Chris Catt moving up on the D side. John Kolkman in that center. Ryan Moorhead, last player left alive, and he's in a terrible spot to be the last guy left alive. He's in the D1, and that is a really small bunker. So if John needs to recognize that there's only one player left alive and start spreading this field out towards the snake side. He's got a ton to work with over here, and there he goes, starts putting it together. John pushing up the field. He's going to put that bunker in between him and Moorhead, and then run down. Nice job by John to finish out that point, and good job by Chris Catt to keep him occupied while John did the work that he needed to do. Well done. The Los Angeles Ironmen looking real good right now. Chris Catt and John to finish out that point. Score is now 4-0. Houston Heat really struggling this morning. 2 kills for Toke Hamill on that point. We'll be right back after this.
Welcome back. We are right in the middle of the Ironmen versus Heat match. It is 4-0. Ironmen are up 4 points. Now, Shane, we just saw the longest one-on-one this weekend so far between Marcelo and Chad Boucher. How are you feeling as you're watching this go on and you're like, oh, who's going to get it?
You know, the anxiety and the, you know, it's paintball, and we love it. And if we're going to have anybody on the field on a one-on-one, it's going to be Marcelo. So, I mean, I'll be honest with you, this early in the game, we kind of get the next line ready to go, and hopefully March handles his business, which he did, and Chad's a great player. And you know what? Here we go. You know, let's keep banging, and hopefully we can keep going what we're doing right now.
Marcelo was moving down the Dorito side and trying to take the advantage. What openings or opportunities do you guys have to look out for to know when you can run up like that?
Well, I think Marcelo had a control of him for a lot of that one-on-one, so I think he had the freedom to move. And, you know, in a one-on-one, once you have control of the other opponent, that's the time to move, because then they lose you, and then when he made the move to shoot him out, it actually won the game. So it was like, Marcelo played fantastic, and it doesn't surprise me.
Absolutely. Okay, it's 4-0 right now. We'll see if he can get any points on the board.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what. Look, Heat went 1-1, and in those games, they played Vicious and beat him 7-4, and then they lost to Aftershock 7-3. So that point spread's pretty close to being even. And then now they're getting beat up real bad. So they need to come back here and put some points on the board, even if they lose, to have a chance to move on to Sunday.
Exactly.
And also to avoid playing that dreaded relegation game, because, Steve, who do they got to play next?
Dynasty.
Yeah, and Dynasty went 2-0 yesterday.
And Dynasty's getting ready to play Vicious. So this right here, what's happening here is just this bracket is what we expected it was all year long. They're just going to duke it out.
Yeah, we totally. This is a great first tournament. This is exactly what we thought was going to happen. But we didn't think that Heat was going to come in like this. Now, I'll give them the benefit of the doubt, though. Got a new team, man, so it's going to take some time for those guys. So here we go. Heat on your right, Ironmen on your left, and Houston Heat with penetration up in that center. 5 bodies alive for them. 1 body dropping early for the Los Angeles Ironmen. It's Alex Rodriguez, who played phenomenal yesterday. Not really being as much of a factor today. Still doing good, though, in the sense that, hey, his team's doing great. So now Ronnie Dizon.
Does he get a shot on the pin? I think he had a shot in there. Oh, he did. He takes him out.
Well, on your screen right now, Ronnie Dizon matched up against Alex Rodriguez.
He took out Marcelo at the pin there. That was a good kill for Ronnie Dizon. So let's see what he does here. Here he comes.
And that might be a penalty. No. So, yeah, I know. Alex Goldman didn't shoot his gun. So, nice move by Dizon to clear out Alex Goldman. And here comes Houston Heat. Oh, Sam Monville trying to get up on the D side of the field. Overextends, a little too greedy over there. He gets taken out cross field. And now here comes Heat, though, still trying to push up on that D side. And they're able to do it. So, nice work by Houston Heat to finally get on the board. Sam Monville is going to hang that flag. So it wasn't Monville up on that. It was Chad Boucher who got shot moving up on the D side. Good job by Thomas Taylor, Greg Sewers, and Sam Monville. Sam Monville and Greg Sewers with those kills, along with Ronnie Dizon. Also, Chad Boucher got 2 before he walked off. So Chad's getting some work done on that D side. Check out this replay. There's Ronnie Dizon. Quick to the sprint to take out Alex Goldman. So the score now 4-1. Maybe we got ourselves a game. We'll see if he can get back in this match. 9 minutes and 55 seconds to go. We'll be right back after this. So here we go. We are about midway through the second game of the day. Now, next up after this matchup, we have a 2-0 Dynasty, 2 wins yesterday for them, going to play Vicious, who beat up Aftershock this morning. But that is only after the conclusion of this matchup. So the Ironmen need to hunker down and not let Houston Heat get back in this match. There still is enough time for that, as we've seen a very chaotic and bloody tournament so far, man, with a lot of chaos going down on this very aggressive layout that the Ironmen definitely seem to have figured out last night, because they went 0-2 yesterday. So this is literally must-win situation for the Ironmen, because if they went 0-3, not only would that put them in a bad headspace, but the Ironmen have to play Aftershock, and Aftershock's going to be out for blood later on in the morning bracket. Here we go on the breakout, split screen breakout, Heat on your left, Ironman on your right.
5 alive, both sides.
Oh, but the first to strike, Toe Campbell dies, and so does Shane Pastana. 2 players coming off for the Los Angeles Ironmen. Here's Houston Heat's chance as they make a move into the snake. Ronnie Dizon into snake 1. Dizon's going to go to snake 2 on the outside towards the sideline. Dizon up and rolling his gun. You look by his body language. He knows he needs to push forward. No one's putting him in, so he's going to try to get in and trade out. And it looks like he takes out Brandon Cornell. Brandon Cornell is going to walk off. Just Chris Catt left alive. And Heat makes quick work of him. Nice job by Thomas Taylor and Sam Monville and Ronnie Dizon getting it done for Houston Heat. Now we got ourselves a match. Score is going to be 2-4.
2-4, and it looks like Coach Trojan's got a squad that he's working with here. Same back-to-back with these guys, so.
Yeah, so Heat's putting it together now. Ronnie Dizon, very aggressive over here, trying to set the tempo and get themselves back in the match and let the Ironmen know, hey, man, you may have put 4 easy points up. Well, not easy, but 4 points up on us pretty fast, but we are not going to go quietly. So let's see if he can get back in this match. Score 4-2. We'll be right back after this.
Hey, don't let them. Ronnie, you good?
Houston Heat, calm and composed in the pits. Nothing but pretty much nothing but vets on that team. And Woodley's still a little new to the top level, but has proved it very much worthy of being on that team. And now taking the field here. Keith DeVitt's pretty much the most rookie guy on that squad, but he's been playing great in practice and played pretty solid for him yesterday. It's also cool to see Chad Boucher getting a bunch of spins too. Chad actually pondered retirement to actually just manage the team. Didn't play the first couple practices, but then he was like, you know what? I'm not ready for this yet. I'm not ready to walk away. And he's got 3 confirmed kills this game for him and part of this comeback. He did lose that one-on-one against Marcelo, but he played pretty good in that one-on-one. Marcelo just got the best of him, but he didn't get owned. So, you know, he's proving himself worthy of playing on this lineup, and he's getting spins. Trojan doesn't put guys out that aren't getting the work done. He is not an easy. I mean, he's a tough coach, man. If you're not getting it done, you don't get on the field.
Look at Alex Goldman going to work very quickly. 4 or 5 bodies. That game is over. Just like that. Just like that.
That's the quickest point we've seen so far.
Matty couldn't even finish his sentence, and that game was over.
That game is over.
I'm over here talking about how awesome Chad's playing, and then all of a sudden,
here comes Alex Goldman.
Yeah, here comes Alex Goldman blazing down the snake side of the field. And
he
wow.
I mean, he might have got a 5-pack that game. I think it happened so quick, even the stat guys don't know what to do.
Well, guys, been there before. How important is it when the team is starting to come back on you to get that next point and say, okay, look,
slow down there, guys.
Yes, let's
slow
your roll. Slow your roll. 11-second point. Wow.
I think that match is the fastest one we've had in the past as well. I think.
That's close.
We'll have to go to the stats and check it out.
Stats
but Alex Goldman coming out of the woodwork. I think 2 of them died quick in the break, and then Alex Goldman coming down the snake very quickly and just taking full advantage of nobody shooting at him across the field from the Dorito side of the field. Now look at Ironman. They got to come out. They came back 5 points right now for the Ironman, just murdering that last point. Houston Heat 2 points on the board. They need a lot more than that, though, to come back. Chad Boucher got 2 out of the 5. It looks like that last game.
Chad and Ronnie Dizon are the kill count leaders for Houston Heat right now.
Yep, as you said, Chad is playing fantastic right now. He's a very hungry and aggressive person, has a great personality, and has a lot of love for the sport. I know him personally. He's a great guy. On your screen right now, the Ironman walking on the field. Playing very well. Marcelo Margot, talked about him earlier. Good kid, man. I've seen him grow up. I think I've known him since he you know, it was like 4, 5. First time I picked up a paintball gun. You know, you can hear him in the pits right now. That's the Ironman. I can hear Mike Paxton laughing.
Here's the crazy thing with Marcelo. Justin and Marcelo went to the same school and didn't know each other.
Really?
Yep. Right there.
When you lived in San Diego?
San Diego, yeah. They both went to the same school and didn't know each other. They were friends with
So two of the greatest paintball players ever went to the same elementary school and didn't know each other.
Yeah. They were all friends together, but they didn't interact.
I think it's just the mojo from San Diego.
San Diego, man.
And the Ironmen losing one player in the break, guys. On your left, the Ironmen on your right, Houston Heat. Houston Heat up 5 bodies to Ironman's 3 now, and looked like a penalty flag coming up. Looks like a red one. No, actually, that is a red one, actually.
Oh, boy.
The Cardinal of Death just flew on the Ironman. Major penalty on Chris Cat.
Big chance. Actually, I think, was that penalty on John John?
No, it was on John John. Chris Cat is in the box.
Well, the door has opened for Houston Heat right now, so and they can see smartly the vets on that team now sprinting the flag in because they know the deal here. They need to keep that time as much time on that clock as possible. So unfortunate turn of events for the Los Angeles Ironmen as John John Kolkman gets a major penalty, pulling out Chris Cat. So Chris Cat, their weapon on the D side, is going to be in the box for the next minute and 47 seconds. It's definitely going to hurt the Ironmen, and they're going to have to play down a body and be down one of their best players on that D side of the field. Nice job by Houston Heat, take full advantage of that. So, and they had 5 players left alive there, man. Just when we thought the Ironmen were going to pull away with this, here comes Houston Heat,
the equalizer.
And now we got ourselves a 2-point game with 8 minutes and 16 seconds to go. So, you know, I mean, and anything can happen right now.
And getting a major penalty against a team like Houston Heat is detrimental to the success of your game. That's never a positive thing, and especially with 1 minute and 47 seconds left on that penalty, it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt without question, I believe.
Well, let's check it out from the eye in the sky. So, see the referee going in there, pulls out that red flag, throws it, pulls Chris Cat out, tells him to go to the box, and then here comes Heat, pushing up on that D side.
They had already seen the flag coming, and they're like, here comes the madness. You know, good heads-up play by Houston Heat. Now they're going to take full advantage of this. Look for them to go very, very aggressive on this point.
Wow, I didn't think that the Ironmen were going to let it slip away this Heat. I won't say slip away this easily, but Heat is proving their mettle right now. They're proving that they're not just going to walk off and be like, oh, okay, we're getting stomped. Okay, well, we got another game. With the ton of time that was left on the board, even though the Ironmen were skunking them earlier and putting that shutout up, Heat was like, nope, sorry. If I was Jason Chosen, and we've heard this in pits before, you know, you turn around and say, hey, man, who wants to play some paintball today? Does anyone want to get out there and shoot somebody? Give me 5 players that want to win. I want the 5 guys out there that want to win right now. And the 5 players that Heat sends out for this point: Woodley, Montresor, Moorhead, Chad George, and Chad Boucher.
And Ironman did great. They kept all 4 alive. And that's what you need when you're down in these penalties. So.
Oh, I know. If somebody's running, that's never a good thing either.
Yeah, Heat taking some ground, though.
Oh, boy.
There's going to be another red flag.
A penalty.
Red flag of death.
Oh, it's yellow.
Okay. It's just a yellow bird. But look at the Ironmen now. This is the chance for them to grind this point down.
And get their guy out the box, Chris.
Yeah, but still, Chad George at the 50 snake here. You're looking across the field at the Ironmen. That's Chad George. He's in the driver's seat.
Yeah, but Chad George is there's only 2 of them left alive.
Yeah. Oh, now 1 left alive.
And so
looks smartly,
like, yeah, Heat concedes the point.
Smartly conceding the point. And what they do is, by conceding the point, they actually stop the time on that major penalty. They're going to come back out still with plenty of people alive. 5 on 4 is going to continue to be that. Let's take a look at this replay, Steve.
Here we go. Waiting for the replay.
So here it is right here. This is on the D side, and you saw the referee run in there and pulling that penalty.
John Woodley.
And look at Chad is like, oh, no, I got to get out there. And then Chad smartly, good move. Chad's playing good, man. It's good to see Chad out there shooting some people, making some smart moves. 5 confirmed kills for Chad Boucher.
You know, if you're looking at you're on our main pits right now, you see Mike Paxton speaking with Marcelo Margot. There's Alex Goldman, Chris Cat. Now, what are you thinking right now if you're the Ironman? You still have, you know, a good amount of time on that penalty. What are you going to do with that 1 minute? You still just going to come out swinging?
You do what they did the last game. They came out and they took far bunkers. They did. They made it. Now, is it going to happen again here? No, but I say keep doing what you're doing. You don't change what you've done this whole game. You can't. This isn't a field that you can kick back and hide.
No.
It's not an option. You got to get out there, even when you're down a man.
Yeah, this isn't. There's not a lot of defense on this field. This is the quintessential. Your best offense is the best defense. That really is in most of the fields I've seen in the past couple of years, this is that field. If you don't have a good offense, you have no defense. You cannot. There's no crossing it up. You can't play it safe. There's no let's just get 5 guys out alive and stay alive. No, you can't do that on this field. And we've been seeing that in the interviews and the guys when they're talking about this field. I think they're figuring it out. Vicious figured that out. That's why they played so well this morning. It's Aftershock. Damage was not able to do that yesterday against Infamous when they tried to hold back a little bit. Infamous started putting points on the board. So here we go. Houston Heat has a chance with the Ironman down a body right now. And they lose Alex Goldman. Ironman lose Alex Goldman on the snake side.
I don't think I would have
lost 2 on the break there. So here comes Houston Heat running down the field here.
My God.
Trying to keep all the time on the clock still.
John Woodley all the way up the center. And another really quick point for Houston Heat.
If Chad George has a mark on him, this might be another penalty right here. It is a possibility. Nope, he's good. No, but I wouldn't agree with that breakout. It's looking like there's a minor penalty on the flag hang on
That's a hit.
Sam Monville getting a minor penalty. And when you hang the flag and you're hit, it's a dirty hang. What I mean by dirty hang is you're hanging the flag with a hit on you, which results in a 0 point. So after all that effort, not only do they get a minor penalty, so they're going to have to start with 4 as well. They don't get a point in the process.
Well, and you can see, I mean, that's a pretty big hit on his pack. But that's tough. Those are those hits that you don't know about.
But why didn't everybody go with him and make sure?
When you have 4 people alive in the field.
I think they're trying to well, it doesn't matter because the minor was going to come off anyway. So, no, you're right. At that particular time.
His team. Why did they go with him and clean him up?
And let's check it out. There's Sam Monville right there. And now we're flipping to the back of the Ironman line. That was John Woodley running through headhunting. And then he gets shot out as he takes out Marcelo Margot. And then Sam Monville ran that flag in, but you're right, Rab. He had a couple players left alive. He could have just paused, said, hey, I was taking heat. And when you're in that situation, you have to do that because every point's so crucial for them now. Ironman's still 1 point away from victory. The score should be 6-4 with 7 minutes and 11 seconds left. But instead, now Monville, penalty. He's going to be in the box for a minute. And that's a really bad turn of events for Houston Heat. And it's a momentum killer, too.
Oh, big time.
Yeah.
Like you just ran down. You got 42 seconds left in this major. You're down. You should be down 2. Now you're back down to 3. Still 7 minutes left, but hey, that just deflates the balloon.
Absolutely. But when we're seeing 11-second points out of here, who knows what's going to go down. But it's going to be tough because the Ironmen look really good. So, Heat's now going to have to put 3 up on the board just to tie the game. Which is a tall order.
Yeah, in the Ironman right now, getting a gift right there. Instead of coming in within 2 points, they're still within 3-point range. So after these messages, we'll be right back, talk a little more about the game.
So with 7 minutes and 11 seconds to go, welcome back here. The score 6-3. Unfortunately for Houston Heat, looked like it was going to be 6-4 with the 2-point spread instead of that 3-point spread. Ironman 1 point away from victory. Sam Monville dirty hang and a little bit of a mental mistake there, not getting checked out. But it's tough though. That particular hit, you could see it grazed on the side of his pack. And those are those hits that are really tough to feel. Sam was running up the field almost positive. I guarantee you he didn't feel it because, one, it's on his pack. 2, Monville's never going to hang knowing he might have taken some heat. He's been around too long for that.
And he's not a dirty player. He's actually a pretty straight-up player.
Yeah, absolutely.
So he's not one of those guys.
He had the look of, man, I should have had my guys check me. I'm surprised they weren't there with him to check him. So.
Yeah, well, you saw him walking off completely dejected. And there he is right there, Sam Monville.
I'm sure he's all fired up now, though. I mean, that's Sam Monville fired up. I mean, that's about as fired up as he gets.
Yeah,
I mean,
he's a calm, collected kid, man.
But he will shoot you in the face.
Yeah, a great player.
He
And
is
Monville, clutch guy, too.
Amazing.
Yeah, he's been a huge asset for Heat in the 2 years that they've been together. One of the original Houston Heat players, been on the team for over 2 years now, starting his 3rd season. So here we go on the breakout. Chad George, who had to check one real quick and then take cover, but they do lose a body. Keith DeVitt walks off early. 3 players left alive for Houston Heat. Chris Catt is still in the box for Los Angeles Ironmen. He's going to be in there for the next 26 seconds, and another body is coming off for Houston Heat as well, too. And here comes the Ironman. It's Alex Rodriguez, and nice job by Alex Rodriguez. He's going to run down Chad George. Woodley still alive, but here comes the hammer. Alex Rodriguez closing the point out. Marcelo Margot there, also left alive to close out the final point for the Ironmen. So the Ironmen are going to win their first game of the tournament. In a little bit of a dramatic fashion. They went up a bunch of points early, 4-0. Houston Heat fought back, but then that momentum killer, that penalty, and the dirty hang in that last point. But Marcelo now is like, all right, hey guys, check me over. He's like, Danny, I need you to check me thoroughly. So he's gonna hang it up. And the Ironmen are going to win this match as long as that hang is clean, and it looks like it is. So congratulations to the Ironmen as they win their first game. They are now 1-2, still in a must-win situation as they play Chicago Aftershock, who's also 1-2 as they lost to Vicious earlier on. There's that Alex Rodriguez. Man, Alex Rodriguez can just flat-out play paintball, man. He's got great timing, not a small guy, but another great success story. Then you saw Alex Goldman running down the last player. You know, and one of the reasons I love Alex Rodriguez, A-Rod, is because, you know, it's a great success story. You had a kid who was overweight when he was young, but he still had a great high paintball IQ, and he was told, hey, you know, you got some natural game here. You got a high level of talent. So if you can reform your body and get yourself in shape to play at the top level, you could be a really good player. Sure enough, he took it upon himself to do that, and he's been a great player for the Ironmen for the past couple seasons, and he's looked phenomenal so far here in the first event. Played great yesterday, closing out that game for the Ironmen. So congratulations to the Ironmen as they will go 1-2. Well, and then they have a big game coming up against Shock. So, but congratulations on them for winning this. They played pretty bad yesterday. Not terrible. I wouldn't say they played terrible yesterday, but not as good as their potential, but it's going to take them some time. So next up coming at you, San Diego Dynasty. They are 2-0, 2 wins for them yesterday, but some close ones. And they're going to take on Omaha Vicious. So Omaha Vicious is now 2-1. We'll be right back after this. Don't go anywhere.
Hey guys, I am down here with Chad Boucher and Marcelo Margot. You guys had the longest one-on-one we've seen this weekend so far. Now, Chad, you were talking about how you were out of paint and you were just standing there waiting to see what he would do. What was running through your mind?
You know, I was just trying to stay calm, be patient, and you know, I knew we were down on points, so I was trying to make my shots count. And you know, I just had to try to make my shots count, but he made a good move to the corner, and then I just missed him when he made the move, and he just shot me.
Marcelo, it seems kind of nerve-wracking to know when you should move because you don't know exactly where they are behind the bunker. What kind of opening are you looking for to know when you can make that move down the field?
It's more of a feeling. It's something you have to trust yourself. You know, after playing the game for long enough, you kind of feel those movements, those moments, you know, and you just got to capitalize on them.
When they were making a comeback, you guys were leading by like 4 points and they started getting points on the board. How were you feeling and what was the energy in the pit?
You know, that's something we've really struggled with, is keeping that momentum going. And what I said to the guys was, you know, this is what separates good teams from great teams right here. You know, we either let them come back or we close the door. And we're able to do that.
both of the teams have a lot of new players for this season. Do you guys feel like you're still getting your rhythm together and that's one of the problems, or what little mistakes are you making this weekend?
You know, honestly, I can't even give that an excuse. We're honestly, like, just some things aren't going our way, and, you know, some guys just aren't working together correctly and other things like that. But, I mean, it just kind of all factors in, and, you know, I mean, we'll get it. We're a good team. We play hard and we practice hard, so we'll get it.
All right, well, good job, guys. You played a good match. Ironmen won that one against T. Stay tuned for more matches.